It's a monster. Wow. Whoa. I like it. It's almost like, it's like turbo lag. Whoa, 23, 24. Oh, wow, 27. This is fast. 28. I think this might be quicker than before. Here we have an extremely fast, powerful e-bike from Freesky. It's got dual motors, a big battery, big fat tyres, and a big attitude. Oh, and a nice saddle too. And this, which we'll find out about later on. Hello there. Welcome to the EVRC, and we're on the Freesky Warrior Pro M-530. That was like an entire chapter of a name for a bike. My eyes are watering. Oh God, it's a quick one. We had a bit of a beast on a few weeks ago, the Cyrus Ranger. If that was a beast, I'm not quite sure how to explain this. So right now, I'm doing 28.7, not trying, throttle only. But that's only half the story, because this bike is a dual motor bike. 1000 watt motor at the back and a 1000 watt motor at the front. Both hub motors, but both very strong. The controllers are 22 amp controllers. So yeah, two big hub motors. You don't have to run them at the same time. Freesky say if you run one, you're gonna get a range of about 65 to 90 miles. But if you run two, apparently you're still going to get 40 to 60, because the battery is 30 amp hours, 48 volts, which gives a watt hour capacity of about 1.5 kilowatts, 1,440, which is a decent amount, a decently big battery. But I'll report back at the end of the video to get a more accurate range prediction as we hit the bumpy bits. This is a dual suspension e-bike. The rear suspension is nothing special, it's just your standard shock. Ooh, 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 ooh. So the front suspension is lockable, and I have locked it. Let's unlock it. It is quite bouncy, and it feels pretty nice. It's not the best suspension, but it's better than no suspension. And going up this hill, I've got to say that I've tried a lot of like 1000 watt e-bikes, and this single 1000 watt, it feels strong. We're about to get to the hill climb, and I'm thinking that the Ridstar, more bumps, feels absolutely fine. It is under threat as the top dog, and I haven't even turned on that rear motor yet. It just feels fast. Now it's got a nice colour screen, and on that colour screen there's an icon of a little guy riding a bike with a little orange bit there saying it's rear wheel drive. If I hold down the I button, it actually goes front wheel drive. I'll hold it again, and now it's both wheel drive. Apparently it's got a top speed of 38 miles per hour. We'll check that out later. But right now, we're about to do the hill climb. But before that, let's see how it came and what was in the box. It's a very big box. Standard e-bike styrofoamy packing. Oh my. In the box is a 3 amp charger with a 2-pin plug, which should charge the 30 amp battery in about 10 hours. We got pedals, and we got a toolkit, which also contains the manual and the wheel bolts. Tools look pretty good. I haven't got a torque number for this, actually, but hopefully that 2000 watts altogether will do well. We got a thumb throttle on the left. By the way, the right brake is the rear brake, left brake is the front brake. 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, it has like a slow start, and then it suddenly like kicks in. Whoa, 23, 24. Oh, wow, 27. This is fast. 28. I think this might be quicker than before. 27 up the hill. What the hell? Jesus. I say Jesus too many times. You gotta stop saying it. This is fast. Is it gonna be fastest? I think it might be the fastest. 40 seconds or something to beat. And across the line. Wow. And the Freesky Warrior Pro M-530 completes the hill climb in 36 seconds exactly, which puts it into second place, just 3 seconds behind the Ridstar Q20 Pro. Incidentally, it seems when pulling away there is a little bit of delay before the front motor comes in. She goes slow, and then suddenly it goes fast. If Freesky hadn't decided to delay the front motor cutting in, it might have got a bit closer to the Ridstar on the hill climb. Whoa! Oh my god! 33, 34. Once it kicks in, it's Kyle. It's a monster. Wow! Whoa! I like it. It's almost like turbo lag. They do say this bike is capable of 38 miles per hour. I got a maximum of 34, so either I'm too heavy or Freesky are expecting you to pedal furiously. But remember, pedaling a powerful e-bike furiously in the UK is a double no-no, or a no-no-no-no. So off I go. And he kicks it now. Whoa! I mean, it doesn't not kick in. The pedal assist kicks in straight away, but the full power doesn't kick in until like 3 seconds in. Whoa! This is mad. And there we go, rocket mode! It's so satisfying. It's probably more fun than just doing a wheel spin, but it also saves the tyres, I suppose, because dual motor e-bikes, when you set off, all the weight gets pushed back, so the front wheel spins. And this doesn't because of the way it works. It's so much fun riding a bike like this. Of course, in America, let's talk about the gears, because they're pretty simple Shimano Tawny gears, 7 speed. Once it gets to about 30 miles an hour, you're not really doing much. Now, unfortunately, it's got these flappy mud guards, which attach to the saddle, and, well, that one's flappy and it attaches normally. But the way I've attached it, it's not letting me push that down unless I have a screw and unscrew that. So I'm just going to get on it. Now, this is my shortest position. Oh dear. Actually, maybe I can squish it in. But anyway, I think you'd be okay on there if you're about, 5'4", 5'5". And then it goes up. Actually doesn't go very far, because if you look at that, it's not very big and there's a hole at the bottom. So if this was too big, it'd stick through. So the max is actually like there. Me being 5'9", I think you'd be okay at like 6'2" or something, 6'1". But if you're taller than that, you'd want a new saddle. But bear in mind, if you get a new saddle, you're going to lose this nice plush, almost cut diamond effect saddle, which it's like memory foam. It's really nice. Well, you won't lose it. You'll have to attach it to a new post. But the new post, if you get it and someone short wants to go on it, they won't be able to, because it's going to hit the suspension. But how good does this bike look? It is so sleek. If you look at it, it kind of goes down like that, but then they've like plonked this saddle stem bit to it. It's got low handlebars, like a mountain bike, no BMX style handlebars, but it looks good and it does offer good control. It's got a nice front light. It's all right, actually. It looks better than it is. The performance is fine, but it's not amazing, but it looks cool. Oh, it's got auto lights. That's cool. But sadly, there's no rear light. So if you want to be out at night, you're gonna have to sort your own light out, or maybe get a helmet with a rear light. What does ruin the look a little bit are the wires. Now, most of the wires are inside the bike, which is fine, all leading towards this section here. If you're not sure about e-bikes, you might think that's a mid-drive motor, but actually it's just a housing that contains the two controllers, both 22 amps, which delivers power with that 48 volt batteries to pretty much match the power of the motors, what they're capable of. So it is a 2000 watt e-bike. I wish they'd give you a few zip ties in the box, because they haven't. So this is just kind of dangling for me. It's not the end of the world. You can zip tie it easily, but I think they should supply some. These aren't the best, really, but they're okay. They do the job. The brakes, as you would expect, are hydraulic disc brakes with good, decent size 180mm rotors, 4-piston. So it's got some good stopping power. If I'm winking, It's not because I'm winking at you, it's because that's what I have to do to look in the mirror on this rear view Pidzoom Mirror, which is very, very handy. There's a link in the description. We're going 23 miles an hour. I'm going to stop at the last tree here, and that was impressive. 23 miles an hour. So stopped at that tree right there, which is probably about 2.5 meters away. They were good brakes. Very impressive. Right, now we've seen the brakes though, let's check out that battery, because it is a bit awkward to get out. Right, the battery drops out the bottom. It's probably the worst place you can have it. However, it makes sense for this bike, and at least you can get it. So when you lock it, the key will come out, and you don't need the key to run the bike. Now the battery won't come out. I quite like the fact that the key doesn't release the battery automatically. It's literally just a lock. So now I'm going to unlock it. Now I can't take the key out because it's unlocked. But to release the battery, I need to pull the slide up and then take the battery out, which is a bit awkward. You can turn the wheel a bit, but it doesn't help loads. Oh dear. So there's the big 30 amp hour battery. But you might also notice there's an on and off switch on the battery, so you can turn the battery off. Now, if you turn the battery off and put it in the bike, you can't turn the bike on, and you can't turn the battery on without taking out the battery because there's no hole to press that switch. So you've got to make sure that's turned on before you put in the bike. It's also got a reader there, but they're not that accurate. So we'll get this in. Luckily today's not a muddy, rainy day, so it hasn't got too dirty, but these can get dirty. Put the bottom in first, and then push the top, and then lock it, and then take the keys away. Of course, helping that suspension out are very large 26-inch diameter wheels. They're 4-inch wide fat tyres, as you've come to expect. I think they're Chow Yang, aren't they? Pretty cheapo, aren't they? But they're all right. The computer's very nice. It's got some your standard stuff. Tells you how much power you're putting out at any time. But it's very visible, and it's a bit brighter than normal today. I don't know if you've noticed, it's not so grey, but I can easily see everything on the computer. We've done 6.4 miles, and the battery is, of course, still at 100%. Oh yeah. Now, using two motors, it will melt the battery down a lot quicker than using one. And obviously using two motors at full speed will melt it even faster. Oh, I've got to go up a curb without doing it. Boing, boing. If I just go down to pedal assist 0, now it's not the kind of bike you'd want to ride with no power. It can be done, but it is heavy. The weight is about 42 kilograms. Ooh! And it feels really heavy. Unless I'm getting weaker. Ooh. Weak. Anakin. And those fat tyres do kind of stick to the road and make it harder to pedal, but it's not, I can do it. I'm going 12 miles an hour, it's not too bad. I wouldn't want to do it for a long time. But then pedal assist 1, barely notice anything because the power, it's only designed to go a certain speed, but then 2 suddenly notices that you're kicking, and we're going at 15, 16 miles an hour. So it's almost like pedal assist 2 is like the legal speed limit setting, and then pedal assist 3 kicks in again, takes us up to 20-ish miles an hour. Pedal assist 4, oh, I can feel it now. .28 miles an hour, and then pedal assist 5 is the one I've been using, which I'm not going to do down here in a residential street with potentially kids running around. It is the school holidays right now. But let's hold that I button. Let's check it out in front wheel drive. So it's just, I'm being pulled right now, and technically it is all-wheel drive because I'm pedaling the rear. I'm very impressed with this bike. I really like it. I really love the way it looks. It's a bit of a different style to what I'm used to, and it looks awesome. And in black as well. It is like Batman's bike, and it's got a good name. Freesky, that's okay, but it's called a Warrior. Warrior, man. Not just a Warrior, Warrior Pro. Not just a Warrior Pro, Warrior Pro M530. I don't know what that bit's for, but it's got a good name. Front wheel drive. And they're both And the way it pulls up hills, it's just absolutely astonishing. Other bikes that have been 1,000 watts have struggled. Even when one motor's connected, it feels good.
Now the question is this bike worth getting for people who maybe would like the power of the bike for hills, but would disconnect the throttle and lock the speed to 15.5 to try and pretend that the bike is legal? Because of course, there's a good chance you'd lose the bike if you were to get pulled over by the policia. I had to play with the settings and the bike just didn't seem to want to go slow.
So hold down plus and minus. So to input a setting to password, it's 1.
Oh, I almost forgot. I forgot to mention the cool thing about this bike. I mean, the other cool thing.
It's got NFC on the computer. So to turn it on, every time I turn it on, I've got to put a password on. You can get rid of the password, I think. However, if you use the NFC, it just comes on straight away. Very handy. But you have got an extra thing to keep with the keys, but that's not a big problem. Keep it with the keys and you'll always have it. I wasn't going to bother looking at the app, but the app is a program I've used before called KeyDisp, and it connects automatically, but I never use it, to be honest. It's got your usual stuff. You can increase the level, the pedal assist level, but no point. You can do that there. You can see your mileage, but no point. You can see that on the computer as well. You can change your units. You can do that on the computer as well. And then you've got sat nav and stuff like that. Vehicle info. If you've got your phone on your bike, you've got sat nav anyway. So yeah, I don't really think they're worth the time. I just want to say hello to EUC Chasing Pavements, who has left me a nice little message over here. So yeah, thank you. Speed limit is set at 62 miles an hour. Let's see if I can bring that down to 15, see what happens. So I'm hoping the speed is limited to 15. No, it's not. So basically, it's a really fast bike, and if you don't want a really fast bike, buy something else. Just over 15 miles, very cold day, 100 kilogram rider, mostly dual motor, 82%. Not bad.
So I think the manufacturer's range estimates of 40 to 60 miles is pretty accurate, assuming 40 miles is when you're in power level 5. With its big battery and big power, I have been really impressed with the Freesky Warrior Pro, and with its dual suspension and large fat tyres, it will be at home on the road and on the trails, but I'd probably avoid launching its 40 plus kilogram frame into the air too often. But one of the best things about the bike is that it's not actually very expensive. The entire package is only £1,600, and with the code EVRC you'll be able to get another £60 off that. So for nearly £1,500, this is a bit of a bargain.
So that was the Freesky Warrior Pro M530, and I think it's great as long as you want a fast bike. If you're interested in purchasing the bike, feel free to use our links in the description. It does help a lot if you use those, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. But if you enjoyed that video or got something from it, do hit the thumbs up button. But if you didn't like it, thumb it down and let us know why. And until next time, thank you so much for watching. Ride safe.